My name is Jamin Patel, and I'm going to talk about an article that explored the ethical decision making of social welfare workers in Finland. This study is particularly relevant given the ongoing changes in social and healthcare services driven by demands for economic efficiency and efficiency and equal access. So the first question is this article is well done, interesting, and useful? So I would say that yeah, it is absolutely well done. So the author provides a comprehensive examination of the ethical dilemma faced by social welfare workers, supported by detailed examples. So for example, the article discuss how social counselor often encounter dilemmas related to the client's needs, which required case-based judgment. On the other hand, social workers frequently deal with rule-based dilemmas invoking justice-based considerations. So this notches finding make the article not only well researched but also highly relevant for professional in the field. And the second is it interesting? So I would say that yeah, it is also interesting because it delves into the real world challenges these workers face amidst organization changes, such as the dispute arising from the Child Welfare Act. This discussion help paint a vivid picture of the ethical landscape in modern social work. And the question, is it useful? So definitely this article provides a valuable insight that can inform the policy making, ethics training, and professional development for social workers. So it also highlight the importance of the understanding both care and justice framework in ethical decision making, which is crucial for those navigating complex social service environments. So the second question is, does this article help us understanding ethical and leadership more efficiently? Yes, I believe it does, and the reason is the study undergoes the interplay between care and justice in ethical decision making, which is essential for ethical leadership. For example, social worker demonstrate leadership by exercising professional autonomy and advocating for their clients, despite the constraints imposed by organizational demands. So this balancing act between following rules and caring for clients exemplifies the type of ethical leadership that is critical in social service. So, by exploring how social welfare workers navigating these dilemmas, the article sheds lights on the ethical challenges leaders face in maintaining both professional integrity and client welfare. So, it accomplishes this by providing real life scenarios where ethical leadership is put to the test, making it a valuable resources for anyone looking to understand the complexity of leadership in social work. So the next question I have is, what are the main idea in this article? So I would say the first one is the article explore the diversity of ethical dilemmas faced by social welfare workers, ranging from minor issues to significant values based conflicts. It highlights how a different role within the social welfare, such as social counselors and social workers, lead to the different type of ethical challenges. Second one is, it emphasized the importance of both care and justice framework in ethical decision making. While social counselor often rely on care-based judgments, workers are more likely to invocate justice-based reasoning, especially when dealing with laws and regulation. And the last one is, the article discuss the impact of organizational changes on ethical decision making, particularly how new laws and procedures can create the dilemmas for social workers. So this finding suggests that the ethical leadership in social work requires navigating these changes while maintaining a focus on client welfare. And the next question is, what are the hypotheses? So the primary hypothesis seems to be that the frameworks of care and justice play distinct roles in the ethical decision making of social welfare workers and worker depending on their professional responsibility. So the conclusion that supports this hypothesis by showing that the care-based and justice-based judgments are employed differently depending on the type of ethical dilemmas. For example, social counselor focus more on maintaining the relationship with clients, while social workers are concerned with applying laws in a way that consider the client well-being. So this article also concludes that the organization reforms in Finland are driven by economic efficiency and equality have complicated the ethical landscape for social worker, making their roles even more challenging. So, next question I have is, what are uh, in- any intelligent comments about the article in the context of our class? So, in the context of our class, this article is the significant contribution to our understanding of ethics in professional settings. It provide a clear example of how ethical theories can be applied in real world situation, and it also changes us to think about how we would navigate these dilemmas if we were in the if we were in the shoes of social welfare workers. So one important takeaway is the needs for continuous ethics education that goes beyond the theoretical concepts to include the practical decision making frameworks. This is crucial for preparing the future professional to handle the ethical challenges this will undoubtedly face in their career. And the last question is, the article is statistically based, where they are statistical properly executed. So I would say that a quick note on the statistical aspect of the study. While the article does not heavily focus on the statistic, but it does mention that the distribution of the ethical dilemma might not be generalized due to the specific context and the modest response rate. This is a fair consideration, and the authors are transparent about the limitations. So, however, the insight provide are robust and add significant value to the discussion, even if the statistic generalizability is limited. And now I'm going to talk about implementing idea from the article as a leader or executive. So, as a leader or executive in the field of social welfare or any sector where ethical decision making is the critical, the insight from this article can be incredibly valuable. So the article delves into the complex ethical dilemmas faced by a social welfare worker, highlighting the tension between care-based and justice-based decision-making frameworks. So this dual approach provide a robust ethical foundation that leaders can adopt to their own context. So one of the most practical takeaway from this article is that the emphasizes on balancing the professional autonomy with organizational accountability. As a leader, as a leader, I might be faced with conflict demanding from the different stakeholders, be it with clients, employees, or the broader organization. The article suggests that the social workers have managed this conflict by asserting their professional expertise and exercising discretion in decision making. So, as a leader, I can foster an environments that encourage this kind of professional autonomy while also ensuring that the decision align with the organization values and legal framework. So the so this article also sheds the light on the challenging of navigating the organizational reform, particularly those driven by economics efficiency and new public management principles. So this reform often introduced new rules and procedures that can create the ethical dilemma. For example, the article mentioned that the social work mm, so for example, the article mentioned that the social workers frequently grapple with the dilemmas related to the applying new laws and regulations. As a leader, this insight underscores the importance of involving your team in the planning and implementing stages of any reforms. By doing so, I can help mitigate the potential for ethical conflicts and ensure that my team feels empowered to voice concern. However, while the article provides the valuable theoretical insights, it may feel somewhat abstract or overly idealistic when applying to real world situation. For example, the emphasis on the ethical of care as a relationship, as a rational uh, as a relational ethics is undoubtedly important, but in a high pressure environments where resources are limited, maintaining close and ongoing relationship with clients may not always be feasible. So as a leader, I might need to find a balance between upholding these ethical ideas and addressing the practical constraint of my organization. So the article also touch on the importance of the multidisciplinary collaboration, noting that the social welfare workers often find themselves at odds with healthcare professionals due to different ethics framework. So this is crucial point for leader who manage teams across different disciplinary. So encouraging open communication and fostering a culture of mutual respect can help bridge these gaps and lead to more cohesive decision making. So, in conclusion, I would say that while the article is rich in theoretical insights, its practical application requires a careful balancing act. It encourages leaders to be ethical and compassionate, but also realistic and pragmatic. But integrating these ideas into your into leadership approach, I can navigate the complexity. I can navigate the complex ethical landscape of my organization more effectively. So now implicating this idea from the article as a manager or as a supervisor or as a director. So as a manager or supervisor or as a director, I the idea and conclusion present in this article offers the valuable guidance for navigating the ethical complexity of social welfare work. The article emphasizes the dual ethic framework of care and justice, which are particularly relevant in managing the role where decision impact both individual team members and the broader organization. So one of the most actionable ideas from the article is the importance of the supporting the professional autonomy while maintaining the accountability. So the article discuss how social workers often find themselves balancing their professional judgment with organizational directives. As a manager, I can implement this by encouraging my team to exercise their professional directions while also ensuring that their decision aligned with the organizational ethical standards and policies. For example, I might establish the regular team meetings where workers can discuss challenges, cases, and share the decision-making process, thereby fostering a culture of ethical reflection and mutual supports. This article also highlight the ethical challenges posed by organizational reforms, particularly those driven by efficiency and cost-cutting measures. So, as a manager, I am often on the front line of implementing these reforms, and the article suggests that this can lead to the ethical dilemma. to address this, it's crucial to involve my team in the decision making process whenever possible. This not only help to identify potential ethical issues, but before this escalate, but also empowers my staff to feel more investigated in the outcomes. For example, if new procedures are being introduced that might compromise client care, engaging my team in discussions about how to implement these challenges ethically can lead to more balancing and effective solution. However, uh, while the article uh, while the article offer insightful theoretical perspective, it may seem somewhat idealistic when applying to the reality of management. The emphasis on the ethics of care, for instance, is essential, but impractical time and resources constraint can make it challenges to prioritize relational ethics consistently. So, as a manager, I may need to find a pragmatic balance, ensuring that ethical considerations are integrated into daily operational without compromising efficiency or organizational goal. So these articles discussion on multidisciplinary collaboration also provide the practical insight from for management. In environment where social welfare worker collaborate with the healthcare professional, ethical conflicts can arise due to differing approaches to care and justice. As a manager, facilitating ethics conflicts can arise due to as a manager, facilitating open communication and creating opportunity for cross disciplinary dialogues can help mitigate these conflicts. For example, organizing joint training sessions on ethical decision making can promote a shared understanding of its disciplinary values and approaches, leading to more cohesive teamwork. So it is important to acknowledge that while the article's insights are valuable, their implementation may be limited without the full cooperation of the organization leaderships. Ethical management often requires support from the top to ensure that ethical considerations are prioritized in decision making process. If senior leadership is solely focused on efficiency or the cost cutting, it can be difficult to implementing the care focused ethical practice advocate in the article. However, as a manager, you can still as a manager, I can still companion these principles within my team, advocating for ethical consideration in broader organization discussion. So, in conclusion, this article offer a blend of theoretical and practical insights that can help me become a more ethical manager. While some of the ideas may seem idealistic or challenging to implementing a fully without organizational support, they provide a valuable framework for making ethical sound decisions. By integrating this concept into my management approach, I can navigate the ethical complexity of my role more efficiently, ensuring that both my team and the I serve individual I am treated with care and justice. And the last video is covering implementing the idea from the article as a worker or staff member. So, as a worker or staff member, the article provides a valuable insight that can guide me in navigating the ethical complexity of my role in the social welfare. So, the emphasizes on balancing the ethics of care and justice is particularly relevant for frontline employees. who are often the front point of contact with client and are directly involved in the delivery service. So one of the most practical takeaway from the article is that the importance of maintaining a balance between professional autonomy and adherence to organizational policies. The article highlights how social workers are often caught between their professional judgment and the between their professional judgment and directive from the management. So, as a staff member, I can implement this by being mindful of my ethical responsibility while also respecting the guidance set by my organization. So, for example, if I encounter a situation where following a policy might navigating impact a client, the article encouraged me to reflect on how I can advocate for the client based interest while staying within the boundaries of my role. This article also sheds the light on the ethical dilemmas that can arise due to the organizational reforms focused on efficiency. So, as a worker, I might feel pressured to complete the task quickly or with limited resources, while can sometimes conflict with providing quality cares. This article suggests that in such situation I should prioritize ethical decision making, even if it means going against the immediate demands of efficiency. So, for example, if I am asked to reduce the time spent on client consultations, I could find way to streamline other tasks so that I can still give clients the attention they deserve. So this approach not only uphold the ethics of care but also demonstrate my commitment to the ethical practice which can influence other in my organization. However, it is important to recognize that while the article offers the valuable insight guidance, some of its recommendation may seem idealistic or difficult to implement in the real world. For example, the focus on relational ethics, while importance can be challenged to afford cons- consens- consistently in a fast fact work environment where time and resources are limited. In such cases, the article's insights may need to be adapted to fit the realities of practical realities of my work. So I might need to prioritize certain ethical consideration over other based on the situation at hand, so ensuring that my actions align with the both ethical principles and organizational goals. So the article's discussion on collaboration across the disciplinary also offer the practical insight for staff members working in team. Ethical conflicts can arise when different professionals such as social workers and healthcare providers approach care from different ethical perspective. So, as a worker, I can contribute to resolving these conflicts by fostering open communication and understanding the ethical framework that guide my colleagues. For example, if I am working with a healthcare team that prioritizes justice over care, so I could initiate conversations about how to balance these approaches in my joint work, ensuring that both perspectives are respected. So, while the article provides the useful ethical guidance, it is important to consider that its implementation may be limited without the full support of leaderships and management. So, as a staff member, I might find it challenging to advocate for ethical practice if the organizational leadership is primarily focused on efficiency or the cost cutting. However, I can still implement the article's idea within my own work and influence my immediate colleagues by modeling ethical behavior. For example, by constantly demonstrating ethical decision making in my daily tasks, I can improve others to do the same, gradually fostering a more ethical workplace culture. So, in conclusion, the article offer a range of insight that can help me become a help me become the more ethical employees. While some of its idea may seem idealistic or challenges to apply in every situation, they provide valuable frameworks for making ethical decisions in my work. So by integrating this concept into my daily task, I can navigate the ethical challenges of my role more efficiently, ensuring that my actions are aligned with both my professional values and the need of the client I serve. Thank you.